Morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another video of the Liberian Bitcoin Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Forum. My name is BN, and today I have some very special video for you. We're going to go over the market, what's going on in the market. We're going to go over some of the fundamental analysis of the market. We might touch a little bit on technical analysis. But before we get there, I want to talk to you about one of the sites that I usually go to. It's like a one-stop site for me to find all of my cryptocurrency news. And that stop is nothing else but Coindex, right? Coindex is a beautiful site, has like it's kind of like the New York Times when it comes to cryptocurrencies, right? So I go there and find all my cryptocurrency news. I can figure out what's going on with the with regulations, figure out what's going on with the whole cryptocurrency space, with prices, tokenomics, everything. So I'm going to take you there. So just follow me. All right, so we are on Coindex right now, and Coindex, like I said, is like that site where everybody go to. Everyone who's somebody in the crypto space go to Coindex to get their news, right? And as you can see, one of the first news that pops up here is the U.S. Treasury wants DeFi is used by North Korea, right? That's funny because it's like DeFi, well, first of all, to some of the folks who don't know, means decentralized finance. It's kind of like the process in which, because obviously cryptocurrency is about decentralization of the financial system, it's about decentralization of like institution, decentralization of pretty much everything. Instead of having power invested in centralized entity, cryptocurrency is saying, and blockchain technology is saying, hey, we want to decentralize power. So instead of having central banks, we want to have a decentralized banking system where not a few people control all of the banking process, but instead we want to distribute that power across everyone who is participating within that banking system. So DeFi now, this ain't North Korea, is actually taking advantage of that, and they're moving money around inappropriately. You see, one of the issues, this is what I have a problem with some of these news, right? It's not about the author, actually, I would say with the US Treasury. These guys have already messed up the currency and they're trying to find a scapegoat. And what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to blame the cryptocurrency space for their irresponsibilities, you know, with the financial system. So we're not going to take that. North Korea is not taking advantage of nothing. Okay. They're the one that have been taking advantage of us, we the people. So North Korea is using DeFi and cryptocurrency. Well, they're doing that with the US dollars anyways. So what's the point? Skip. Next news is Dogecoin drops after Twitter stops using the cryptocurrency Moscow. Now, Dogecoin is one of those, man. I used to own a lot of Dogecoin. At some point, I had like 14 million pieces of Dogecoin, and I never thought anything of it. I always knew it was like it ain't really worth anything, right? Because one of the things I try to do when I invest in cryptocurrency is I try to get into like real asset project that are actually trying to solve real problem. Dogecoin was like a joke coin, right? The only reason why it started going up in the first place is because Elon Musk kept talking about it. So, and for me, it, it, I'm a big fan of logic. Things have to make sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to me, hey, I'm not going to put my money into it. But I did buy a lot of Dogecoin back then, and I sold it probably over a week or so. I had 14 million pieces, and Dogecoin went as high as probably what 70 cents. If I had kept those, I would have been millions of dollars. But hey, I didn't know. It didn't make sense, right? I always try to follow what makes sense. But anyways, Elon Musk would have this coin every now and the price will go up like crazy. And then he's gonna say something else or does something else, and the price will go down. It's like I ain't got time for all of this stuff, man. You know, uh, a lot of people are thinking that Elon might incorporate Dogecoin into like the Twitter platform, where if you want like a Twitter blue check to basically authenticate you and your page, you technically will have to probably buy that in Dogecoin. So this is a lot of people anticipating that he's gonna create some sort of monetization of Dogecoin into some of these platforms. And that's why the price goes up anytime he talks about it. And it seems like he really likes it. I don't know why he likes it. There's so many other projects out there that are 50 times better than Dogecoin. And I don't know, man. This guy, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes people get a lot of money and, they play around too much. But I'm not going to allow Elon Musk to play with my money. Okay. I'm going to put my money in the right place. I'm going to play in places that make sense. So, Dogecoin going up, going down, too bad. All right. What's on yet again? So Near Protocol. So Near Protocol is a blockchain that's so the Near blockchain operating system is coming to consensus. Now, Near Protocol is a blockchain, I think is a layer one blockchain technology that are trying to solve so many different problems. It's like a layer one like Ethereum, right? They're going to consensus. Consensus is like the biggest blockchain crypto event ever. And it's been actually the longest that's been going on for years, right? Goes on every year. And all the best developers, especially on Ethereum blockchain, they all go there. There's venture capitalists that go there to try to figure out how to invest in some of those startups company. And it's going to be in Texas this year, right? So that's going to be from the 26th, 28th. I'm going to that event. I've been given press pass to attend that event. And I will be going along with like some folks from the Akabulian blockchain. um, I'm also a member of the Akabulian blockchain team, so we will be there and we'll be representing um, the African, obviously, Pan-African blockchain protocol. So that would be really nice. We really look forward to meeting a lot of people. Having access to like a press pass gives me access to so many people. I've been interacting with uh, so many developers and folks from prominent folks within the cryptocurrency community. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's really exciting. That pass alone is almost like $10,000. And the reason why I was given that pass because I create videos, YouTube videos, and they see me as someone who's a content creator, which I'm really excited about. I'm looking forward to this trip. I'm looking forward to attending this event and just learning and capturing a lot of videos. This is from April 26th to April 28th, 3 days event. It's awesome. Really looking forward to it. So Near Protocol is going to be there. I hope to talk to the founder of Near Protocol and figure out what they're actually really building and working on. And yeah, maybe we can learn one or two things from them. So, all right. Another thing on the news here too is so this is crazy, man. This is crazy. So somebody's talking about happy birthday, Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto is what, 48 years old? How do they even know, right? See, we don't know who Satoshi is and likely never will, but the Pseudonymous founder does apparently have a birthday. Satoshi enter a birthday when they register the pseudonym with the P2P Foundation. So now the question is though, who is they? Are they saying Satoshi Nakamoto is a group of people? How do they even know? I thought Satoshi is like, I thought nobody knows Satoshi. So why are you using like a plural pronoun to represent Satoshi Nakamoto? Nobody knows if Satoshi is a they or he or she. So don't use plural or don't even use singular. Just say it. Maybe Satoshi is like a robot or something, you know? I don't understand, man. These guys are some of these writers, they write like they don't even have sense, you know. But anyways, they, I don't know, maybe he knows Satoshi. Now, for some of you who don't know Satoshi, Satoshi Nakamoto um is like the founder, the creator of Bitcoin. Um, we don't know if it's a group of people. We don't even know if it's a person. A lot of people are saying it might be a group because the content of the paper, which is the Bitcoin white paper, is so ingredient with like so many aspects of specialties that a lot of people think it's almost technically impossible for one person to have that combined knowledge and expertise. So they're thinking it's probably a group, but nobody knows. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. Whether we know who Satoshi is or we don't know who Satoshi is, doesn't really matter what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is always going to exist with Satoshi or without Satoshi. Even Satoshi himself cannot shut down Bitcoin, or Satoshi herself, or Satoshi their self. If that makes sense, right? Can't shut down Bitcoin. Bitcoin is already an operating decentralized system that's gonna go forever, right? So it doesn't really matter. Satoshi, as far as I'm concerned, is probably, I don't know, it's probably on Mars or somewhere. Who cares? I don't really care who Satoshi is. Bitcoin is there, whether Satoshi is there or not, right? Now, and that's one of the beauty of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, with these systems nowadays, right, that are being created, it doesn't really matter if the creator of the system is actually alive or not. The system still goes on. It's like the person who discovered fire, right? Do we even know who discovered fire? It's already there. The person is probably long dead, but we still know how to use fire, you know? So it doesn't really matter. It's the same as like the person who discovered like calculus, whether it's Isaac Newton or somebody who came before Newton discovered calculus or invented calculus. Who cares? Who cares? The application of calculus is still existing. It's gonna exist. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna use calculus to solve so many different uh, derivatives and problems that we encounter every day. So it doesn't matter if Newton is alive or he's dead. We have calculus. Same as Bitcoin. Doesn't matter if the founder is here or the founder is not, still here. And that has a lot to do with like in the cryptocurrency space, one of the most important thing when you're developing a blockchain, obviously you have to consider like scalability of that blockchain, right? Where the blockchain is actually scalable in a sense where there can be a lots of transaction performed per second. Scalability is just like TPS, transaction per second. How many transactions can you perform on this network in a given period of time, right? And that is important because that has a lot to do with if your system is going to be adopted by the masses, or if it's going to be a system that is not going to be adopted by the masses. For example, you can have a system, you can build a blockchain system that has a very low TPS. I mean, what are you going to do with it? Low transaction per second. Like I'm not going to initiate a transaction and wait 50 minutes to wait for that transaction to settle. Nobody have that time. Everything's going fast nowadays. This is like 2023. Nobody have time for waiting that long. Okay. So you have to have scalability taken care of where your transaction is fast. TPS is like speed, like Visa. When you go to the store and buy groceries, obviously, if you swipe your card, you're not going to wait for 50 minutes for the transaction to go through before you take your groceries and leave. If you swipe your card, you want that transaction to be settled instantaneously, and you just take your grocery bag and leave the store. So that's scalability. Visa is scalable. So some of these new blockchain technology, we have to create a way that it is a little bit more scalable than what it is now. Now, after you solve the scalability issues with blockchain, you have to start thinking about like, you know, interoperability. How can we allow different chains to communicate with each other, right? Different networks to speak to each other and talk to each other. We have to be able to create and innovate some sort of interoperability within the system, right? And then the most important problem after we do scalability, interoperability, we have to look at sustainability. Sustainability is where governance comes in place. How do we set up a governmental framework where even as the founder of the blockchain, if we die today, right, the system can operate by itself. It can be a self-operating system. That's governance. That's part of it. That's part of the protocol. And a lot of people don't really think about that because, you know, they don't want to think about all of that stuff. But if you're going to build a really decent protocol, really decent system, you have to think about stuff like that. You have to think about like, man, what happens when we're not around anymore? How can the system update itself, right? What what's going to take care of that financial uh, obviously it's going to cost money for developers to come and spend their time and develop the system and improve the system, right? How is it going to have some sort of like um, governance budget mechanism that will be able to create its own updates? So the creation of these systems is like you have to really expand your thinking, right? You can't just create a blockchain and let it just roll like that, right? Like even with the idea of scalability, it's so difficult to be more scalable because you can't be over scalable and decentralized at the same time. So most blockchain, they're trying to balance this concept of like decentralization where you have like nodes of computers validating transactions like in so many different parts of the world, but you're also maintaining the scalability. But no, if you have so many computers on the network validating transaction, it's really difficult to speed up the transaction because of all of those computers. The more computers you get, the most computational capacity on the network, the more difficult it is to have transactions settle, you know. And the faster transactions settle, the more centralized the network. So obtaining decentralization is really difficult to do and also achieve scalability at the same time. Usually is trying to figure out that balance. It's really difficult, but hopefully with the invention of AI and some of those new technology that are coming in, Web3 stuff, we might be able to figure out ways to really uh, obtain scalability and also not just scalability, but also obtain decentralization in the process. So um, anyway, I hope this video didn't scare you. I wasn't trying to use big terms. I try to do the best that I can to really bring things down a little bit. Um, but that's just where the space is right now, and I encourage you to hit the like button. Don't just watch my video and not hit the like button. Hit the like button. I want you to comment in the comment section. I also want you to um, say something. Say, hey, I like the video, or you can improve by doing this. I really appreciate feedback. So also join our Facebook page on Facebook. It's called the Liberian Bitcoin Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Forum. We do a lot of posting of like events when we host like meetups, and we also attend a lot of blockchain events in the Minnesota community. We are usual guests at the Minnesota Blockchain Initiative events. We go to like off-chain event, off-chain initiative in um, Minnesota. We go to Web3 events also. And our community in Minnesota is like a big family when it comes to blockchain. We're all connected. So, hey, learn about blockchain, okay? Learn about the technology and also learn about the investment part too. Figure out how to make money. The next bull run might be coming up, but hey, who knows? Maybe Bitcoin might go up to $100,000. Maybe Bitcoin might go up to $300,000. I don't know. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.